I mean, it is changing now. Nollywood is the third biggest film industry. So we have Bollywood, Hollywood, Nollywood in terms of production.
Yes.
Because you have like hundreds of movies being made every day. And you've got some celebrity actresses who make a lot of money. Genevieve Naji, for example. I mean, I can name Kalu Ikabu. So you have a group who have made it. But because of the quantity that's being made, because of the infiltration of lots of substandard films in the industry, you also have a lot of people who want to break in but who can't break in.
Yes.
Because it's just, it's an enormous industry.
Yeah.
And to be at the top of the game, you've got to really sacrifice a lot as well.
Yeah. Another point is also the fact that the girlfriends of Ma, they are very critical about her. And all of a sudden they talk about their grandmother. They are trying to boast about their grandmother's qualities. Being a grandmother is also being a very important person in family life.
I think that was just for me. I remember my grandmother coming to visit all the time, and when I was growing up, and bringing us sacks of cocoa and sacks of guava and all of that. And she was a very important part of my childhood. And I mean, it's probably the same in all the other families, but that was just my own life sort of being making like a cameo entrance in the novel.
Yeah. So you have come to Belgium, a completely different world, completely different culture. How did it feel to come here and to see that women more or less have got more or less the same rights as men? How does it feel?
I mean, I think you sort of don't really see the difference between men and women while you're at university. And I got married at university, and so I was sort of shielded from that for a while. And at university you have male classmates and you have female lecturers, so it's a very balanced world there. But what shocked me a lot moving into Belgium was that women have to do the ironing. Because in Nigeria, men do the ironing. So for me, that was very huge cultural shock.
So your man is doing the ironing now, or
no, I am.
You have to do it yourself.
I have to do it myself. It's a typical Belgian.
Oh yes, but you studied English literature in Nigeria, and then you studied also in Leiden at the university to do a doctorate. Yes. And that is an interesting the theme of your work, of your thesis, dissertation. It had to do also with women. Yes, indeed. And do you think that as a writer you can change the situation of women in?
I think the writers are social activists. I think the very act of writing is an act of social activism, and I think reading books changes people as well. So what I hope to do, I mean, of course, I don't write with the intention of giving people a message or anything. I think my first priority is to entertain, I suppose. And whatever people take out of the book or out of my stories or novels is up to them. But I do think that what we read and how we read affect how we view the world. And hopefully, one person reads this book and gets changed by it or gets touched by it.
Yeah. Now, do you write in Dutch or English?
Both. But for the novels, I wrote in English first, and then worked with the translator. Also, I can't translate myself. I wrote a story years ago, my first Dutch story, The Smart and Snow, and up until today, I can't translate it into English.
Into English.
Yes, because when I'm writing in Dutch, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
And when I'm writing in English, I'm a different person as well. Because the nuances of the language for me, or of the languages, sort of are different.
You don't write in your maternal language.
I don't write in Igbo because it's very complicated.
Yes.
To cut a long story short, Nigeria was an English colony until 1960, and if you go to all the good schools, you have to write in English. You have to using your own mother tongue isn't allowed. So Igbo is very much a private language. It's a language to use at home, but it's not something that you would use to write. I don't think I'm proficient enough to write, like a whole book. Probably I write better Dutch than I write Igbo, which is a shame because I feel much more at home in Igbo than in any other language.
Even in English?
Yeah, I mean, English is my stepmother tongue.
Yes, I see.
Yes, and
but Igbo has a very specific aspect.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Igbo is very much my
really your
it's
mother.
My home.
It's your mother tongue in the real sense of the word.
Yes,
mother
definitely
tongue.
it is. And I mean, English is my stepmother tongue, and the reason and English was sort of foisted on us. You know, you can't operate in Nigeria without basic knowledge of English. You can't go to school without, proper knowledge of English. You can't, so it's a language that is sort of like foisted. It's almost like colonization, going on.